Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with my mock draft. And no, I don't do 4, 5, 6 different mocks. I wait till the end of the season to kind of give you guys an idea on what the draft will look like. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first pick of the draft, Kyler Murray. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury wants Josh Rosen to be his starting quarterback for the future. So I have Kyler Murray being selected as the first pick in the draft. Second pick in the draft is obviously Nick Bosa for me, to kind of combine with D Ford and start a foundation with the 49ers defensive line. Nick Bosa, D Ford is a pretty good start. So I have, Nick Bosa going to the 49ers. The third pick in the draft, you could possibly see the Jets moving out of the third pick and selecting a guy like Josh Allen if they cannot get out or find a trade partner with the third pick in the draft. Fourth pick in the draft, the Oakland Raiders need everything, but they have to start a foundation. All right, they have to get a guy that can, they can kind of build around, and Quinnen Williams is that perfect guy that they can build around after trading Khalil Mack. So I have the Oakland Raiders taking Quinnen Williams. Fifth pick in the draft is a tricky one. You could possibly see the Tampa Bay Bucks drafting Devin White to kind of replace Kwon Alexander. But if Ed Oliver is around, I think there's an alternate route they could go. Sixth pick in the draft, the Giants desperately need to move on from the Eli Manning. All right, he's 38 years old. All right, he's getting older. At this point in time, you have to look for a quarterback you can kind of groom at least for the next year or so. And Dwayne Haskins possibly could be the quarterback of the future. So I have the Giants taking Dwayne Haskins with the sixth pick in the draft. Seventh pick in the draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars have to protect Nick Foles. So I have them taking Jawan Taylor with the seventh pick in the draft. Eighth pick in the draft is Detroit Lions. They could possibly trade out. They want to trade out of this position. If they can't make a trade, I find a trade partner. I have them taking Montez Sweat or a TJ Hockenson with the eighth pick in the draft. Ninth pick in the draft, the Buffalo Bills. They desperately need everything. All right, this team needs Jesus at this point. All right, so if Ed Oliver is around, I have them taking Ed Oliver, or a guy like Rashawn Gary. Greedy Williams is a guy that comes to mind. But if Ed Oliver is available, I have Buffalo taking Ed Oliver. 10th pick in the draft is a tricky one. I have them taking TJ Hockenson to kind of get Joe Flacco a target. But all right, do not be surprised if they take a shot at Drew Lock with the 10th pick of the draft. 11th pick in the draft, I really feel as though that Denver will take TJ Hockenson. So I'm going to go with Drew Lock as being the heir apparent to Andy Dalton. I don't think Andy Dalton is the quarterback of their future in Cincinnati. So I have the Cincinnati Bengals taking Drew Lock. And if he's not available, then the alternate route would be Devin Bush as a middle linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals. 12th pick in the draft, the Packers, they need to get Aaron Rodgers targets. So I have them taking DK Metcalf. And if DK Metcalf isn't their first option, I don't think Noah Fant is the guy their first option. But he is definitely the alternate route. So I have the Green Bay Packers taking DK Metcalf. 13th pick in the draft, Miami Dolphins need anything up front, to be honest. All right, they need anything and everything up front. So if a guy like Ed Oliver isn't available, I have them taking Rashawn Gary with the 13th pick in the draft. And the 14th pick in the draft, the Atlanta Falcons, they need a defensive tackle. All right, they need guys that can be a leader who is pretty much well coached. They need a guy who is a leader, and then they need a guy that is the most NFL ready, and that is Christian Wilkins. So I have the Atlanta Falcons possibly. I have them taking Christian Wilkins with the 14th pick in the draft. And an alternate route, I have them taking Dexter Lawrence with the 14th pick in the draft. 15th pick in the draft, Washington desperately need a quarterback. Alex Smith, his career is desperately his career. I don't know if he's going to continue because that was a horrible, horrible draft. That was a horrible injury. But I have them taking Daniel Jones with the 15th pick in the draft, because you don't know what Alex Smith is going to, if he's going to be able to play. So I have them taking Daniel Jones with the 15th pick in the draft. 16th pick in the draft, the Carolina Panthers desperately need help on both lines, but they need to get a pass rusher. So Brian Burns is the guy that I have them taking in an alternate route to help protect Cam Newton, because he's had issues with that shoulder. He may or may not be play this year. And Jonah Williams is an alternate route. 17th pick in the draft, the Cleveland Browns desperately need edge rusher. If a guy like Cleveland Farrell is available, which I feel as though he will be available with the 17th pick in the draft, have him going to the Browns in the alternate route. Maybe if the Falcons don't pick up Christian Wilkins, I have Christian Wilkins going to the Browns. 18th pick in the draft, the Vikings need help on offensive line. They have to protect the quarterback, and Jonah Williams is the guy that I have them going first. It's their first pick. If he is not that pick, I have Chris Lindstrom being the alternate route. 19th pick in the draft, the Titans, they need help on the defensive tackle, defensive line. And a guy like Dexter Lawrence is a guy that I feel as though he will be available. And I have him going to the Titans if the Falcons don't pick him up. Or adding more wide receiver depth to give Marcus Mariota another target. And Marquise Brown, let that be the alternate route. 20 pick in the draft, the Steelers need playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. Specifically at the corner position, I have them taking Greedy Williams in the alternate pick being Devin Bush if he's available. 21st pick in the draft, the Seattle Seahawks, they have to protect Russell Wilson, so I have them taking Chris Lindstrom if he is available. If he isn't available, they have to find a way to, replacing Earl Thomas and John Abram. 22nd pick in the draft, the Baltimore Ravens, they need help on both lines. I feel as though that a guy like Garrett Bradbury, he will be available, but I have them taking Eric McCoy, center, to kind of help protect. They need to protect Lamar Jackson at quarterback, but they also need to replace what they lost in Terrell Suggs. So don't be surprised if a guy like Cleveland Farrell, if he's available, he's around. Don't be surprised the Ravens go that route. 23rd pick in the draft, the Houston Texans must protect Deshaun Watson. All right, they have to do that. That's without a doubt. You have to protect Watson, and I have them taking Andre Dillard to do just that. The 24th pick in the draft, the Oakland Raiders need every freaking thing, but I have them taking a guy like Josh Jacobs if he's around. Another alternate pick is Byron Murphy, a guy that I really like at corner. He's a pretty good playmaker, but I have Josh Jacobs going to the Oakland Raiders at 24. 25th pick, the Eagles need help in the secondary. You can't continue to hope and pray that a guy like Malcolm Jenkins is going to continue to play at the levels he's been playing at. At some point, you have to look for a guy that can come in and be his heir apparent. And I have them drafting John Abrams if he's available. Also, if they are not high on Abrams, I have them taking a guy like DeAndre Baker, who I like in the draft. He's a well-rounded corner, so look out for that. 26th pick in the draft, got to get Andrew Luck more help, more targets. And a guy like Terry McLaurin is a guy that I feel as though he will be their pick at 26. 27th, again, Oakland needs everything. So if a guy like DeAndre Baker is still available, Josh Jacobs is available, I have them taking DeAndre Baker or Josh Jacobs. 28th pick in the draft. The Chargers, they need a lot. All right, they need a lot, specifically on the offensive line. If Cody Ford is available, I have them taking him as an alternate route. But my pick at 28th for the but the LA Chargers, I have them taking Brock Ya-Sin as the 28th pick in the draft. 29th pick in the draft, the Kansas City Chiefs, they need playmakers in the secondary. They have to replace Eric Berry, but I have them taking Greedy Williams. If John Abrams is available, he is the alternate route at the 29th pick in the draft. 30th pick in the draft, I have the Green Bay Packers finally selecting Noah Fant. I think it's the perfect pick for them. He is available at 30. Green Bay will draft Noah Fant at 30. The 31st pick in the draft, I don't think Baltimore will take Garrett Bradbury at 22. I have Garrett Bradbury going to the Rams at 31. Another alternate is for the Rams is Dexter Lawrence. They have to continue to find a guy that can keep Aaron Donald clean, and Dexter Lawrence is a guy that could possibly keep him clean. 32nd pick in the draft, the Patriots they must replace Gronkowski. He has to have an heir apparent. Right now, they don't have that guy. And Irv Smith is the perfect guy for the Patriots to come in to kind of be Tom Brady's new target. With the retirement of Rob Gronkowski, don't be surprised if they go at a guy, Dexter Lawrence, if he's available. But this is my mock draft. Let me know what you guys think about this mock draft. Leave your own mock drafts in the comments below. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Your boy, Man Mike, is out. Peace.